And back here, as Bolton converts into a magnet school starting in August, Bolton's new principal, Jenifer Scott, has one piece of her administrative team picked out with the announcement of Haley Dean as Bolton's assistant principal made on Monday. According to the Rapides Parish School Board, Dean is currently the lead teacher at Bolton High School and will soon assist Scott in the magnet school's creation and implementation. Colin Vidros has the latest.
Haley Dean is now second in command as assistant principal of Bolton as the school transitions to an academic and performing arts magnet school starting in August. After finding one piece in the puzzle to assemble her administrative team, Principal Jenifer Scott says this role is a perfect fit.
She was the perfect person to help mold this from 3 schools into one great school.
Now stepping into this role, Dean says this will be a great opportunity to provide a new setting for pre-K through 12th grade students.
Some of my goals are going to be to talking to those alumni and those stakeholders at all 3 schools and making sure that we make the best possible decisions for our students and that we're able to merge those together in a very easy, cohesive way.
Scott and Dean also share similar experiences in teaching. Dean is a Phoenix Elementary parent and currently Bolton's lead teacher. Scott has previous experience in opening the Rapides virtual program and Rapides Academy, along with leading as principal of both Phoenix and Rapides. For both Dean and Scott, their connection and their goals are in line with the vision for Bolton.
We want to continue that excellence that Bolton has always displayed, and we want to make sure that we're bringing in new innovative ideas for our students so that they can continue to excel in their school life.
But there are questions about what requirements students need in order to be eligible for the new magnet school, as well as what will happen to the current students at Bolton. While Scott does not have an answer for that just yet, finding her second in command is a step in the right direction.
Everybody should be excited. Everybody should be watching for upcoming information, following us, and making sure that they stay informed, because we can't wait to share all of the great things that we've got in plan.
In Rapides Parish, Colin Vidros, News Channel 5, your local station.